So today on Behind the Mic, and we up before 12 o'clock. Shout out to that we up before noon. But
Yes,
I
indeed,
am,
always.
yes, I am here with my girl, the goddess warrior, the poet, and we about to get into growth, poetry, her journey, purpose, evolution, and the real cost of success. Now, before we get started, let them know where they can find you at online.
Man, everywhere online. One name,
Heard it right here. So take us back to 2012. Who were you then as opposed to who you are now?
man.
Mm.
2012, I want to say I've matured. 2012 was around the time I first got started. I was standing, at the open mics reading from my notebook, you know what I mean? So the growth from being able to stand and read to reciting, performing, understanding voice control and cadence, understanding different types and forms of poetry, learning how to read the room, learning how to understand your audience, what they're feeling, what they're looking for, what they need. You know what I mean? Learning how to set the tone when I'm the first person to speak in terms of emceeing, hosting, and things like that. So back in 2012, I ain't know none of that.
All right. So what inspired you to start writing poetry?
I actually had been writing poetry since I was a little girl. I had to be about 8 when I first started. Because I remember, I'll never forget this. I was in the 3rd grade and I was going to Charles Evans Hughes School on the west side of Chicago, and I had this teacher named Miss Muhammad. And Miss Muhammad, I'm in 3rd grade, bro. I'm 8 years old. And Miss Muhammad had us writing like essays, you know what I'm saying?
And so when did you really finally realize this was it? Like, I'm here.
I want to say the moment that I won the Chicago's Next Showcase. It's a very big showcase, but they mainly look for singers and rappers, hip hop artists, right? And one of my boys, shout out to my homie Eros, he was like, man, Goddess, you ought to get in this competition.